so great to see you.
Mm-hmm.
We've been together for almost 2 years, but
Yeah.
via Zoom.
Yeah.
And thank you, first of all, for all the things
thank you.
you've done. But now you've been in our great state of Ohio, where I grew up. What are your impressions of this part of the world?
Well, it's definitely different. And when I just arrived, I think I started to compare with the New York, because that's the only place that I've been to. I mean, in the US, other state. And well, that's different. And I would say that my favorite part was visiting your school and your parents.
Ah.
Yes, and I think that as soon as we arrived, I started to compare your campus with my school. It's, two different things. And I would say that, I don't know, mostly I emphasize to be at the conference and work there. And I wouldn't say that I maybe had enough time to look around, but from the car, of course, I look at the view of the city, and yeah, it has some history. And the reason I think why I emphasize to go to Ohio tour first is because this is one of the main things that we are well known for. So I thought that the first tour will be exactly in Ohio. Yeah.
True. So you're talking about Denison. Maybe you could tell us about your background, your universities.
Okay, so I graduated from Solbridge International School of Business, and we had 46 different nationalities at that time. It was really diverse, and every student could speak like several languages. So I can speak like 3 now. Okay, let's say 3.5.
Well, what are they?
Okay, I would say first language is Russian. Then I started, of course, I learned Uzbek a little bit, but it's only on a speaking level, basic one. And then I turned it to English, and when I moved to Korea, I started to learn Korean. And this is kind of embarrassing because I'm Korean, sort of. And from our interns, I heard a lot about Denison, and one of the recent ones, she just told me that it's sort of in the woods. That's the only explanation I was given, and I was like, okay, that sounds interesting, but now I can see what she meant exactly. But it's also really like interesting, and takes so much. I don't know how many hours it will take to drive around the campus. It's like really spacious. And yeah, I play pickleball and I play golf a little bit. So.
Let's talk about pickleball. what do you think of golf and pickleball? That was your new things for you.
Okay, pickleball looked a little bit difficult, but it was kind of easier than it looked. Golf looked really simple, but it's not simple at all. Okay, it's a ball and a little stick, and you will just hit it, and that's right. But it's completely like 100% lie. My first impression was completely wrong, and I don't think that I will try it in the nearest future because I got kind of traumatized. But how many times I missed, but pickleball was fun.
But here's the thing about golfers, being an amateur golfer, we want to remember the great shots, right? Forget about the other shots, right? But you had some really great shots, right?
1 or 2, no more.
And another sport, you got to see baseball.
Oh yes.
What do you think about baseball?
Okay, 3 or 4 people tried to explain me the rules, because for me it looked like people just running and just, I don't know, hitting the ball. And they really tried hard to do that, and I sort of partially remembered, and then I forgot. But I just know that baseball and like American football is just 2 really like American type of sports. And yeah, we have baseball a little bit in Korea, but I wouldn't say it's that popular. But you know, it's just really interesting, but it's kind of tough. I still don't get it how that plays.
But there's an energy with these sports, which is interesting.
Yeah.
We're fortunate to have people in 361 who are owners of.
We've been in the Hall of Fame. That's really
true.
Cool.
We went to the
museum was really like interesting.
The Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. That was a great experience.
Yes.
Any other impressions you want to share?
Okay. What kind of impression? Okay. Remember once you told me that it will be weird to meet all people in person who I always met on Zoom?
Yes.
Yeah, it was really weird to understand that they actually all have legs and they have lower part of their bodies.
Right.
Because for me they existed like this.
Right.
And I even talked to some people what kind of comparison you have about me, and then I sort of answer myself that it will be one of the most unfair question because he has nothing to compare with. I didn't really show myself on Zoom, so yeah, I really find it like weird that all people here, and I learn their personalities and how they communicate, how they interact, and yeah, it's really fun.
Because we see this all the time now with people from Zoom to in person. I think it was Brittany today. We were at Buckeye Lake, right?
Oh,
you
yes.
got to go on a boat and
Yes.
this little
It was really fun.
lake part of Ohio,
Yes.
and because you can read people.
Oh
You
yeah.
can really connect with people in a whole different way. Maybe a few more thoughts on all the interaction, the in-person interaction you're seeing now.
I realized that if you think that you know the person by interacting them by Zoom, it means nothing. Literally, it's maybe like 3% of what the real personality of that person is, and some of the expectations that I have about people after I talk to them by Zoom and after meeting them, it's just two completely like different aspects, and how wrong I was. And same about you. So should I say that? Okay.
Let's cut the interview right now.
Okay.
So but keeping it real, what surprised you about me?
I would say, can I be honest? I thought you will be shorter because maybe you probably.
Yeah, you thought well, I'm actually taller than you.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That because you always taking pictures with some tall people, and I'm comparing like, oh, probably he's short, but no, this is wrong.
Okay.
I mean, I have low expectations. Everyone who is taller than me, I consider is extremely high, extremely tall, and what are the other things? Oh, I learned some funny stories from your parents. I think I used that, the fact that you talk with other people and I was just interacting with your parents, and I purposely pulled out some funny stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave that for the next tour.
Yes.
You can talk about that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Cool.
Come join our 361 firm community of investors and thought leaders. We have a lot of events created by the community as we collaborate on investments and philanthropic interests. Join us.